Hey, what's up all you lovely learners in Learning Land? Tyler from TenthumbsPro.com coming at you with another ukulele tutorial, day 9 in our 10-day blues challenge. Check the links below to see how you can win an Ortega ukulele, as well as how to enter our Facebook group to share your learning process with a bunch of supportive and lovely people. Today we're turning our scales into licks. I'm going to show you how I do it, and I'm going to show you where to put them in the 12 bar. Let's go ahead and grab our ukulele, blues brain and attention span, and once you have all those things, follow me on in and let's break this one down together. Come on in. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how I use the scale to make these licks and kind of some ways to challenge you to create your own and where to put them in the context of a 12 bar. So what we're going to do is review the first two scale shapes that we have learned so far. Shape 1, I'm going to call them out by the frets, not the timing. Feel free to practice these any way you want. Shape 1, O, 2, 3, O, 3, O, 3, O. And we return to that open A string because that is the A note, which is the tonic or the root of the scale. The next shape would be 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, back to the E string, another A note or the root of the scale. Why is that important? Well, we'll talk a little bit about resolution here in a minute and why that's important. Now, everything we're going to do is going to come from these two shapes. There are 3 other shapes, but I want to show you how much we can get out of these shapes. So the first lick that I came up with, why don't we go ahead and put the tabs up. I'll play it for you once, and I'll even kind of go into the A7 chord after that. The A7 chord that we learned from the last tutorial. So the lick sounds like this. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm primarily mostly in the first shape with the exception of this A note. And I start off 8th notes, ring finger, 3rd fret of the A string, 3, open, 3, open, and then my ring finger drops down to the 3rd fret here, and then I play the open A string again. So the first half you get. Now a lick and a fill does not have to be a specific quantity of time. It can be a full measure, it can be a half measure, it can be 2 measures. You could even do just that part as a half measure lick, and it sounds great. The same way we were doing the triplet lick earlier. That was just 1 beat. This could be 2 beats. To continue what I have though with the tabs, ring finger on the 3rd beat here. Ooh, it's so tasty and so fire. The fireman is coming to put out this tasty random solo. So what we're doing here is ring finger, 3rd fret of the E string on the 3rd beat for a whole quarter tone. So you let that ring out. And then we're going to move up to the 5th fret, same finger. Reach down to the 3rd fret on the off beat, and then back to the 5th fret with our ring finger on the 1st beat of the 2nd half. So you get 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And this ring finger conveniently stays for this shape, which is very nice. Now this particular lick I think sounds great on bar 3. Blues phrasing, to understand how people are singing, usually the rhyme happens because it's in 3 sections, and usually the first section the singing will happen for the 2 bars and then some fills for 2 bars, singing for 2 bars, fills for 2 bars, and then the turnaround. So in context it'd be something like A7 for 2 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is where singing's going on, 2, 3, 4, lick. And then you would go to D7. So I'll just create some lyrics. I'm sitting here playing, I'm strumming on the blues. Well, I'm sitting here playing 3, 4, I'm strumming on the blues. And then our next lick will come in. So let's bring up the tabs for the next lick. This is how I would challenge you to create new licks. You look at this first lick that I did, and I'm mostly working backwards. I know that I want the 5th fret of the first beat to where I'm going, so then I create a whole lick and a whole fill. So I would challenge you to do the same rhythm, but choose different notes using the scale. And what I mean by the same rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. And you can use any notes within the scale you want. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. That's just improvised. So that's kind of how you create your own licks. Let's take a look at the second lick now that we're a little more ready. Second lick, we're going to include triplets. Triplets are a staple of this style, and it's going to sound like this. Tasty. Ring finger, 3rd fret, and I'm sliding immediately to the 5th. So it's like 1 and. This A to this C, this particular space is a place I get a lot of work out of. So 1 and 2, let that ring for a whole beat, 5th fret, ring finger. Then we're doing triplets that are going to go 5, 3, 0, tripola, 3-pola. And then on the 4th beat, the open A string, and then we'll go right back into strumming our A7. So this lick, really slow, counting it out. 1 and 2, 3-pola, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3-pola, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would function for bars 7 and 8. Now we get to the turnaround. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. To follow the turnaround that we've been doing. You'll notice how we're resolving these licks with the A note. We can also imply the E7 chord by playing the E note. So really basic, on bars 9, we're just going to go E, mute, and 1, 2, and. Better yet, the ring finger. 1, 2, and. And that mute, I'm just kind of tapping my hand on there. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. That classic note, that flat 5th, the blues note, we're using as a passing tone to go from E to D, so we can imply our E and our D. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Turn around. 1, 2-pola, 3-pola, 4-pola, 1. And there, instead of the E7, you can 2-pola, 3-pola, 4-pola, 1-pola. And that's what we're gonna do. Slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret. So let's break down this whole turnaround lick really slowly. Take it piece by piece. Again, like everything we've done, every day has gotten more challenging. So this is for sure the most challenging that we've done. But you should feel comfortable with the turnaround. You should feel comfortable with the scales. You should feel comfortable with the progression. So putting all these pieces together, while it should be challenging, don't feel like it's impossible because you have the tools that you need to make this happen, okay? The turnaround lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2-pola, 3-pola, 4-pola, 1-pola, 2, and 3, 4. Boom. Then you're back in the top. One more time, a little slower. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2-pola, 3-pola, 4-pola, 1-pola, 2, and 3, 4. Boom. Then we're back in the top. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this into context with a full-blown 12-bar chord progression. And I am going to put all those pieces on and I'm gonna count it out really slowly. and then we're going to play through it again without me counting, and this is our play along. So let's take it from the top. Just down strums. Don't worry so much about the rhythm when you're learning new ideas. Just try and be the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it from the top. I'm going to count us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, pull up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 pull up, 3 pull up, 4 pull up, 1 pull up, 2 and 3, 4. Well, that was a little quicker than I wanted. So I'm sitting here now, and I'm playing you some blues. Well, I'm sitting here now, and I'm playing you some blues. Oh yeah. When you learn with Tenthumbs, baby, you know you just cannot lose. I'm really doing the same idea with these solos as well. We're going to take a little more in-depth look at that tomorrow, but it's just building on these ideas of these licks. So practice these licks, get that PDF, and make these licks your own as well. All right? See you tomorrow. Doing great. All right, everybody, that's all I have for day 9. You're doing wonderful. I'm really, really proud of all you out there for learning with us. Stay with it. Just keep on chugging away. I know you're getting better. I see all the videos on Facebook. You're doing wonderful. And day 10 is going to be the final leap in this challenge, but you've all come so far, and I really, really appreciate all the work you're doing, all right? Cool. Let's go ahead and practice those licks and get ready for tomorrow.